Hello and welcome to Misterios Divinos podcast. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a secret history, a forgotten world hidden within the very first words of the Bible. We are about to journey into an age of light and shadow, an age that existed long, long before humanity ever came to be.
So let's start with a really mind-bending question. The source material we're exploring today asks us to consider a radical idea. What if between the first verse of the Bible, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, and the second, the earth was formless and void, there isn't just a period, but an immense, unrecorded span of history?
This interpretation, it's often called the gap theory, and it suggests that God's original creation was perfect, beautiful, and inhabited. But then, something terrible happened, a great cataclysm that left the entire world in ruins. So what we read as the 6 days of creation wasn't creation from scratch, it was actually a reconstruction, getting the planet ready for its next inhabitant, us.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. This lost history, according to the source material, might just provide a single, unified answer to some of humanity's most persistent and baffling questions. The idea is that clues to this forgotten world are literally all around us, just disguised as unsolvable mysteries. For instance, think about the dinosaurs. Science tells us they roamed the Earth tens of millions of years ago, and we have the fossils to prove it. But the biblical account of humanity only goes back thousands of years. So how do you reconcile that? Well, this theory suggests an answer. The dinosaurs belonged to that first pre-Adamic creation.
And it's not just fossils. Let's talk about knowledge that just shouldn't exist. Ancient cultures, like the Mayans, somehow calculated the length of a year with a precision that is just staggering. Megalithic sites all over the planet are perfectly aligned with the stars. You have to ask, where did they get this information?
Okay, so there's impossible knowledge, but what about impossible technology? You go from Machu Picchu to the pyramids of Giza and you see these massive stones, weighing many, many tons, cut like butter and fitted together so perfectly you can't even slide a piece of paper between them. Modern engineers will tell you, straight up, we don't have saws that could do that today. It just defies all conventional explanation.
And this is where it all starts to come together. The source connects these ancient dots, the dinosaurs, the impossible knowledge, the lost technology, to a very modern mystery, the UFO phenomenon. The theory proposes that these aren't separate puzzles at all. No, instead, they all share a single extraordinary origin rooted in that lost pre-Adamic world.
So that leads us to the big one, the crucial question. Who were Earth's first inhabitants? If it wasn't us, then who or what populated this original, perfect creation?
The answer, according to this interpretation, lies with a being who was present long before humanity ever was. A magnificent, powerful cherub. His name was Lucifer, the son of the dawn, and he was given stewardship over this very first earthly kingdom.
Now, this was not the Garden of Eden of Adam and Eve that you're probably thinking of. No, the source material describes something else entirely, an Eden of precious stones, a physical kingdom designed for spiritual beings. It was a world of unimaginable beauty, and presiding over it all was God's most perfect creation.
So, as you can see, there's this dramatic history of creation, rebellion, and total destruction that all unfolded before the first human ever walked the earth. Lucifer's pride, his desire to be God, led to a celestial war, and that war had a terrible consequence, a global catastrophe that wiped the slate clean and set the stage for the story of Genesis as we know it.
To really wrap our heads around this ancient conflict, we need to know who the players were. And according to the source, there's a complex, unseen cosmic order at play.
And this is just fascinating. It breaks down the different orders and their functions. Lucifer wasn't just any angel. He was a cherub, a guardian of God's own holiness, the highest rank. Then you have other powerful beings like the seraphim and the archangels. And it was from the ranks of the angels, the messengers, that a full third were swayed to join Lucifer's rebellion.
But here's the thing. This story isn't just ancient history. The source material argues that this conflict, well, it never actually ended. It just evolved. It became a hidden war, one being waged for our hearts and minds right now, today. The central claim here is that these fallen angels never left. They just changed their disguises. According to this theory, they now show up as advanced aliens or maybe benevolent spirit guides, offering humanity forbidden knowledge, which, if you think about it, is the same temptation that started this whole mess.
You ever wondered how some people achieve this incredible, almost supernatural success, like they're being helped by some unseen hand? Well, according to the source, that's exactly what's happening.
They're offered shortcuts to everything the world desires: fame, fortune, influence, but it all comes at the ultimate price.
And that makes that ancient warning more relevant than ever, doesn't it? It's like the final bill for making a deal with the darkness, highlighting a price so high it makes any worldly gain completely worthless.
And that leaves us with a final, pretty chilling thought to consider, long after this explainer is over. In a world with endless distractions and information overload, if these ancient beings really are still out there influencing humanity, offering knowledge and power, how would we ever distinguish their whispers from our own ambition?
If you liked the video, subscribe, leave a like, comment on what you liked most, and share the video with someone who loves a good mystery. Thanks for watching.